What's good? What's good, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of The Urban Platform Speaks. Uh, got another good show lined up for y'all. This is actually our second show today. We want to today we're gonna talk about on this episode, we're gonna talk about Wendy Williams. What's going on with Wendy Williams? I just seen her, she did an interview or something with Black China. She ain't look good. Did y'all see that interview?
I didn't see the interview, but I saw a clip of the beginning of it.
Yeah.
I didn't want to watch it. It was hard for me to look at it. I didn't want to see her like that. Like I don't feel like Wendy Williams is she doesn't deserve what she's going through. And
Yeah.
I feel like a lot of it came from a place of like depression and from the aftermath of that husband situation. Like I just feel bad for it. So I couldn't watch it. And then Black China, whatever the restoration to her face, like it was just weird. It was just weird. And I just couldn't watch it because Wendy Williams is extremely sick.
It's almost like some type of dementia or something they said that she had.
Yeah, she has the same thing I think that they say Bruce Willis has.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's like a word, like something, and dementia. So,
but like you don't think it's like some people saying it's like karma for like all the stuff that she had done throughout her career and some and the bad relationships and the bad blood and everything like throughout her career. Could it be, you know what I mean? Because all right, in order to
aphasia.
What is it called?
Aphasia.
Oh, okay. Aphasia. Yeah, I don't know what that is. But, you know, because like earlier in her career, she was like, she had a lot of relationships that she was, you know, just talking about people, throwing people under the bus. And she did a lot of stuff throughout her career. People were saying like all this bad energy is like coming back on her.
I don't think
she deserved it.
Yeah, I don't think that. Yeah. I think karma works a little bit different than that.
Like how karma works?
I think it is. I don't think that it comes back the same way that you've always distributed. Like I feel like it's the energy that comes from a past energy to teach you a lesson or to guide you and for you to learn something from it. But I don't think that I don't think she's the type of person that deserves a death sentence because she's made comments about people. Now, if we're talking about did she commit genocide, that's different. Like, you know, like did she kill a whole group of people? Is she Hitler? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, that would be different. But this woman has made a platform, lived a life, and talked some shit about people all her career, just like a whole bunch of other people who have the same job that she has done all their career. And I don't think any of them is old.
This could be Howard Stern.
Exactly.
You said it could be what?
It couldn't be Howard Stern.
Yeah.
And he deserves, like you know what I'm saying?
And he's done some, you get what I'm saying?
He's done some awful stuff and said some unbelievable crap about people, even to the day of exploiting the little man that's on the show, the little dark guy. Yeah, Beetlejuice.
Oh yeah, see, I don't watch Howard Stern.
So like I just don't feel like she deserves.
Yeah, I don't feel like she deserved it either. But I also read something that say this come from like alcohol. Like this come from drinking. Yeah, this kind of stem from like an alcohol issue she had.
Yeah.
And this
I did hear that like it like substance abuse because like when she was younger, she was like a really, really hard worker. And they said that she used to use like cocaine to keep her stimulated and keep her up and keep her, you know, motivated so she could do her job.
Yeah, I don't think she deserved, you know. So, I don't know. She talks stuff like Tanisha said. She talks stuff about people, but I don't think she deserved no death sentence or for people to be like, "This what you get." Like she's still human. She still deserves love, and I feel like you know towards the end of her career, like you know with everything that she went through with the husband and the divorce, it kind of all just kind of came down all at once.
Yep.
And it hasn't been able to turn around since.
She hasn't been able to
get a grip.
Yeah.
I do think like as soon as her husband like left, all this, it just was downhill from there. But how y'all feel about like her husband, like the way he left and everything?
I think it caused it. I think it was part of the reason that she lost control, and in losing that control, like if you go through life, I feel like, and not paying attention to your body, like this is weird because I'm just. So like if you go through life and you're not really paying attention to your body, I was with my friends, we had a conversation, and when we were leaving, we were all in the car together, and they were talking about Ozempic or Olympic, whatever that is, Ozempic, whatever. It's a weight loss pill. Mm-hmm. And the first thing that came in my mind was we as a people are so eager to get something that will fix us, right? So like it's a weight loss pill. How many years have we gone and not really paid attention to our body, the things that our body is telling us, and used a substance in order to relieve whatever that feeling was temporarily? So it's the same thing with Wendy Williams. She probably has gone through life using things to cope with all of the, and not listening to her body. Yeah. And then she gets to this point where her mental state is now attacking her physical state, and she can't find a way to balance that. And then here we are with this sickness. Like I feel like we gotta pay attention to ourselves a lot longer before the problem becomes the problem. Yeah.
So that's why I asked y'all, like in the last episode, we spoke about Corey Holcomb. And I was like, so Corey Holcomb has a lot of negative energy around him. And so whether we realize it or not, when we have all that negative energy around us, that affects our health and, in the long run. And so like when we have all that negative energy around us for years and years and years and years, and then we think it don't, and later on, it shows up in different ways. You know what I mean? So like with some people, it might be some type of mental ailment, or some people may have ulcers, or some people may have, it may affect you. You'll never know how it's going to affect you. You may have cancer or something like that. So that's what I'm saying. Like, so when we create like this negative, destructive energy around us for our whole life, and then all of a sudden, once it hit us, and then, so that's why I said it's not really like karma, but I'm saying it's something that we, in the long run, we bring on ourselves. Like, all right.
I can agree that.
Yeah, so that's even like, all right, so like if we, like you got to take care of yourself mentally, your whole life, just like, people, they're more conscious of the physical, like, so if you have a toothache, you can be like, oh man, I've been eating too much junk food, so I need to cut back on the junk food. But with the mental part of your health, you're not really aware of it because until, maybe like later on, because, you thinking people blow it off. Well, it's just a little bit stress.
Right.
And then, like you said, when the mental, once it starts to hit you physically, by the time it hits you physically, that's when you know that like, oh shit, it's really,
like something is really wrong.
Yeah. So, and I think a big part of that, her decline too, came like once her husband left, and she went through all that turmoil publicly, and her support system was her husband, and her son. And, it was just those three. And then so part of her support system went away. And that's the same thing with like Monique. Like
went
Monique
away and tried to attack her.
Who?
the support system.
Right. That's what I'm saying. So like, all right, Monique just has she just basically have her husband as her support system. But everything else around Monique is like negative energy. So just imagine like when Monique get a little bit older, and if she, if he was to leave her, that might affect her in a negative way too, because like we so busy, people be so busy like chasing like their career, and if you have somebody who is around you who enables that, and they, instead of him telling her just to relax and change her ways, but he enable it.
Right.
And if he not there no more to enable it, then that'll affect people's health. So, you know, she had the thing about her too, like, then they try to like stop her money or something, Wendy Williams' money.
Yeah, she's supposed to be broke.
That's
it's just
crazy.
like a lot. It's just like a lot. And all of it came down. The weight of the world came down in one swoop.
Yeah, that's a lot.
And just knocks her down. And she hasn't been able to pick herself up.
So that's what I'm saying. Like, so if I don't know how they was able to to mess with her money, talking about, all right, so they said something about she wasn't able to mentally, she wasn't stable enough to manage her own money. Right. But that's where her family come in. You know what I mean? Like her son should have been the one to take over her estate and manage her affairs like that, even though the husband was gone. But I just think that, you know, in that business, show business, they got so much underhanded stuff going on.
It's a risky business.
That, yeah, it's crazy. And people know how to drive other people crazy. Now, that's not something that, you know, like, we don't think of stuff like that because we, you know, that's not part of our everyday life. But, you know, people who have, you know, powerful people, they know what to do to drive people crazy. They know how to put different people, you know, around you that's going to stress you out.
Situation.
Yeah. And what they do is they like alienate you, divide and conquer. And then that's when all that stuff hits you. And really, you be too weak to fight off all that stuff by yourself. That's why it's important for people to keep their family in their life. You know what I mean? And just keep like good relationships with your family and people around you, so people will be stronger like that. But everybody who you think like at the end of their life, they basically was alone. When you think of Michael Jackson, he was by himself, basically alienated from his family, and they got a big family.
Because the family is the root of the evil. Like,
well,
in a lot of these situations, I feel like her son walked away from her too. I don't feel like both of them.
I know the father. Well, the father and the son was beefing with each other.
Yeah, but rightfully, the father had to go under any circumstance. That husband had to go. He was cheating on her. He was funding another, like his whole life. Like he was trash. So him leaving was necessary. However, I don't know if the son also provided the same support once he was gone, because the money wasn't there. So they've had an issue with the son as well, and it's not just the husband.
Yeah, I just think that, like I said, it's mainly it's about divide and conquer. Like, if you don't have your family around you and y'all don't have like a good strong base of family connection, then the powers that be will be able to break you down and just take everything that you had. And that's what it looked like they do to a lot of stars. Like I said, Michael Jackson wasn't, you know, he was isolated from his family. Prince, you know, he was in a house by himself when he, you know, passed the way he passed. But, you know, and the whole time, and I think they do make you think that, all right, your family is a nuisance. They're going to ask for money. They're going to want you to buy things. People will have business ideas. They want you to support their business and stuff like that. So it makes it hard, you know, for you to maintain a relationship with your family. But, you know, I don't know. I think it's something that you got to do if you want to be able to have a healthy life.
Got to create boundaries. Everybody needs boundaries. Some type of boundary, family included. Everybody needs a boundary.
Healthy boundary.
Yeah, you have to. Everybody can't be so willing and free and feeling so easy to come to you and always need something. Like, there has to be a boundary. People have to consider you before they think like, oh yeah, it's going. I'ma just ask her. She gonna say yeah. Like, where's your boundary? You gotta create a boundary, or people will milk the hell out you.
But sometimes creating that boundary make family go against you, because then they feel like, why are you telling me no? I'm family.
Yeah, because they entitled. Yeah, because like every time they ask you for something, you gotta say yes. And when you say no, you know, they feel, you know,
like, why you telling me no? What I did?
Yeah. That's because we created too much entitlement in these relationships. We gotta pull back, and if we put some boundaries, then people will be like, okay, I'm not entitled to that, because, you know, there's a boundary. And it's not like you have to be very mature to respect people's boundaries. And most people are immature until the day that they die.
Or
Mentally, like they don't know how to engage without engaging negatively with somebody, or thinking or being defensive against an engagement. Like people just don't know how to communicate and be honest and not feel threatened in a space. Or like you say, people don't know how to actively listen. Like most people, when they engage in conversation and engagement with other people, it's for the benefit of them. What am I going to gain from being in this interaction? What am I going to say once you stop saying what you're saying? Because I'm not really listening to you. I just want to respond so we can keep this good, to show you how intelligent and eloquent I am. You know, but
so
we gotta
true.
set some boundaries so that we can not expect so much from people and not be so let down when people don't do what we expect.
And another thing I think people should have, like, all right, so if you got a circle of people around you, so you won't have people that's entitled, like everybody have to know their role and like where they fit in as far as like, you know, not only do they have to have a role, but they have to make like a contribution to that circle. Because like if you think
That's the
about a
problem.
job, yeah, right. So if you think about a job, like everybody on a job has, at your company, everybody got something to do. Everybody doing something. You know, you got, if you at a school, you got the principal, then you got the teachers, then you have the janitors. Everybody got a job, but ain't nobody just sitting around just expecting, you know, to get paid for nothing. Everybody got a job, but it's not like that in families, because if you up on top and somebody else don't have, you know, what you have, then they going to expect you to share with them or give them. But you know, it's tough for people that have money, because everybody around them want a part of that you know, piece of that pie without earning it.
Yeah, of course, and that's the problem.
Yeah. So you got to establish that, you know, and like only have people around you that. That's hard though. That's hard to.
It's not as hard as it sounds. Harder than it is. Like I feel like if you're okay with losing a couple.
Oh yeah, yeah.
To gain some quality, and you'll be fine.
Yeah.
Because everybody is not built, family, friend, foe, enemy. It doesn't matter. Everybody's not built to go where you're going. So if everybody's not built to go with you, it's okay to leave a couple people behind. And as long as you're okay and you're not internalizing guilt from leaving them behind, you can progress and move forward up without letting your family and everybody's expectations burden you.
All right, so let me ask y'all this. So like if y'all was to hit the Powerball for millions and millions of dollars, do y'all have any idea of like the people in y'all life that y'all would bring closer, and then the people in y'all life who y'all would think that y'all would have to like separate yourself from?
I'm with the shooters in the gym. If you haven't been here with me, don't look for me.
Yeah.
I know exactly who I'm sharing my rich life with.
Yeah.
I know exactly who I'm sharing it with. Like I know exactly who's coming with me all the way to the top. And I don't have no qualms about the people I leave behind. Like not a one. Not a one.
Yeah.
Because honestly, I feel like in life, if that, I feel like it wouldn't always be reciprocated. And I don't know whose list that I'm on, that if something happened and they got in a position, would I be a sure shot to the top? Like, so I only have to consider the people who I know would never leave me here, you know? So those are the people who are going with me.
Yeah. If it happened today or tomorrow, I don't feel like I got too many people to eliminate.
And that's what I'm saying. So
you said you don't have what?
I don't feel like I had too many people to eliminate.
Yeah.
Like I feel like my circle already small. Like anybody who around me right now is who I'm gonna take with me. Yeah. I mean, it might be a couple that fall off, but anybody who with me right now. I mean, now telling outside sources, no, I wouldn't say nothing to nobody. Just get quiet and dip out.
Yep.
Yeah.
See you later.
Nobody would know. Just put my 2 weeks in, and I'm gonna get out of here. But you know, the people around me.
But it might be somebody in y'all circle that y'all already know who might feel entitled.
They wouldn't know a number for starters. They wouldn't know a number.
Yeah.
They wouldn't know a number. They could just know that I'm doing well.
Yeah. And they would have to accept if they chose to whatever it is that I chose to give.
Accept my yeses and accept my nos
Yeah,
too. That's it.
And if you can't accept my no's just like my yeses, then you're off the list automatically, because then there you go, you're entitled. So I don't want the entitled.
That come with the setting them boundaries, but that gotta be the first thing you do is set those boundaries. Like immediately, soon as you come into whatever you come into, and people start there hitting your phone, you gotta be like, oh, hold up, you wasn't like this before. This might be overwhelmed. This might be overwhelming. Like immediately you got set boundaries.
And all you gotta do is pick up your phone, and as soon as you hear the voice on the other side of the name, if it's not per person that's born with you, all you gotta be is like, hey, audacity. Nobody is here. Nobody is here to answer your call, and just let them go. Like, these people know, they just manipulators. And at this big age, I feel like I just know. It ain't no, I just know. I know. I might sprinkle a couple of little pellets around for those who have been left behind. But that's my total choice. But you won't be able to contact me. You won't be able to get in touch with me.
Won't be reachable.
No. I'll let my people find you if I want to find you.
I don't know what Wendy Williams, her son, like what part in her life is her son playing though? Is he taking, because he over 21 now, right?
Yeah, I feel like
is he taking care of her?
No, so
she got like a staff of people or something.
From my understanding, her family has not been in contact with her.
Yeah.
She in like a facility.
For real?
Yeah, they can't call her. She can call them.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's for whatever is going on, like with alcohol.
That's a scary situation, because I wouldn't want to be nowhere where like my daughter and my sisters couldn't get in contact with me, because those are the people who I trust. You know what I mean? I'm like, nah, Jack, I ain't going in there.
But she's been doing these interviews lately, because like she just did the interview with Black China. She also did an interview with somebody. Oh, People Magazine. She on the cover of People Magazine. I want to say.
It's just these days, it's so easy to break up a family, and you can break up a family over money. You know, like it happens at you can break up a rap group, a singing group. Everybody, like, you need to, all somebody got to do is put this bug in your, they be like, you need to be an independent artist, because everybody else is holding you back. The next thing you know,
That's it.
That's it.
That's the end of it.
Just separate them. Just separate them, and once you get them separated,
that's it. Yeah, they're gonna fall.
Because most of the time, like, your family not gonna come to you. I don't want nothing from you. I want to make sure you good and make sure we stay strong. Mm-hmm. See, if people say something like that, and you be like, all right, cool. But everybody be alienated. They be separated. And then that's when you start to break down and stuff start to happen.
So she was put into this facility for cognitive issues.
Yeah.
And it's a documentary coming out.
About Wendy Williams?
Yeah, on Lifetime, I feel like. But the son is who said that that cognitive issues that she's having are results of alcohol use. Like the doctors have confirmed that. But I feel like in that interview with Black China, you can tell that she a little off.
Yeah. But that's because the aphasia or whatever that is, that's the part that it affects.
Okay.
It affects your language, your ability to communicate. You like stutter, things like that. So it really affects your ability to communicate with others.
But is your mental capacity there though for you to be able to?
The problem is she got a double whammy. Like, dementia is attacking her brain, and then she has this other thing that's not allowing her to communicate.
Oh, all right.
It says it's a partial or complete inability to comprehend language.
Yeah.
When a person finds so it seems like she's in a different country or planet, even because she can't comprehend.
So it's affecting her comprehension.
Yeah.
That's a scary part too.
It looks like it too. I feel like in that interview, it looked like it is. And the messed up part is, why y'all trying to interview her at this point?
Yeah.
Because, like I said, she on People Magazine for this month. Black China just went out there to do this interview.
See, and that's
This
what I'm
lady,
saying. Like,
and she don't have her family around her. She not in contact with the family, so nobody's protecting her.
Yeah.
like
I'm
yeah.
sure the facility, come on in.
Don't be-
And
Pay
she
us so y'all can
knows
come to these
that,
interviews.
like, she knows that she can't communicate. So she's trying. So it's also frustrating her because what she is known to understand in front of her is not what she's comprehending.
Mm.
But her brain is telling her, like, you know this, but she can't figure out how she knows it. So it can be extremely stressing on the person that has it because they're constantly battling, trying to figure out what
Yeah.
is
Like a
this.
familiar feeling,
Yeah.
but can't figure it
Yeah,
out.
that's a scary situation.
And that's
But yeah, and
it's
see, that's where
unfortunate.
like you would need your family because I'm sure her family would be like, well, it's not a good time for her to be doing interviews.
Exactly. Exactly.
And then it has muscle inability to pronounce, but it's not due to muscle paralysis or weakness. It's because the left side of the brain is affected.
So all right, so Bruce Willis had the same
He
thing.
has the same thing.
I didn't know that. I had no idea that Bruce Willis was facing some
Yeah.
some health issues. I thought everything was cool with Bruce.
Wow.
She can't speak spontaneously. That's crazy.
Yeah, this situation is crazy.
Yeah, it's very unfortunate, man. I hope they can figure it out and get it together or
Yeah.
whatever the case is.
Yeah.
Yeah, man.
But and the thing about it though, I keep going back to the money though, but like her son's future, like all that work she did, she was making millions of dollars a year for years. And now all of a sudden they trying to say she don't have no money.
Yeah.
Her son, not only should her son be set for life, but her, like if he decide to have kids, her grandkids should be set for life. That's the kind of money I don't,
It get a little weird with the money games, especially when you're not in the right headspace to
right. And then see, that's what
your
they
money.
attributed to people who steal your money. People can steal your money and say, well, she was,
mentally ill.
mentally,
she having
wasn't
cognitive
dead,
issues.
she
Let's
was,
put it in there.
But that's crazy.
You gotta have some good people close to you, man. Treat the people. A wise man once told me, treat people good who treat you good.
Yeah, you gotta, Jack.
Man. Is this the wise man?
Yeah,
That
Jack.
was the wise guy.
Be good to people who good to you.
Yeah, you gotta.
That's crazy.
Because you don't come by people who are genuinely good to you.
Right, yeah. Yeah,
so
you don't.
That's true.
People like, oh, all right, you don't.
Once what's for them is gone, what's in it for them is gone, they gone.
Yeah, yeah.
Even if they don't leave, they still gone. They take out.
And it's the same thing for professional athletes, like, or even actors. When you think about Ice Cube, Ice Cube? He was with his wife since high school.
Yeah.
But just imagine like, or LeBron James, he was with his wife since high school. Just imagine if they broke up with their wife, or if both of those guys, and what's the other guy? Snoop Dogg was with his wife since high school. Like once you miss that window of opportunity to establish that kind of relationship with somebody, you can't go back.
Yeah, no, that's true.
So if they leave, if both of all those guys leave their wife, LL Cool J, if he left his wife, the equity that they have in those relationships will be lost because now everybody else who coming at you is coming at you because of who you are.
Yep.
And those people were there, you know what I mean? Those people were there with them from the beginning.
Absolutely.
And after that, you would be better off to just be single for the rest of your life.
I would be.
Huh?
I would be.
Yeah, I mean, you could be dating, but as far as like committing to somebody for, it'll be hard to find somebody who has the type of equity that you, and the trust. Same thing with Allen Iverson. Him and his wife broke up because he did a lot of stuff he said that was, he was out of line, but he realized, he went back to her because he realized that, that's the one. She was there since high school, college, his NBA days. And he went, he went back to her to get his family back. Yeah. So hopefully though, with Wendy Williams, hopefully they just let her son step in and take care of her the way she need to be taken care of. He should be making all the decisions anyway,
But that's
because
if her son is not like Monique's son, or it ain't no situation like that with them.
but no, she always they was close.
Yeah, he was always.
She always
but I feel like he got overwhelmed and walked away from her somewhere in this. He may be back now, but he had a moment.
Yeah. Okay.
He had a moment because that was part of the issue. That's why they was like, well, how is the husband just taking her money like that,
Yeah, because once you open the door for people who are just users and
bottom feeders.
Yeah, the bottom feeders. It's just it's hard to get them people out of there.
I hate a user.
Yeah. So yeah, that's just a sad situation with Wendy Williams. But all right. So I mean, y'all got anything else? What other topics we gonna cover today? That's basically all I had was the Wendy Williams. Oh, the young lady, 39 years old. Her name was Hadia something. She had AIDS for her. What was her last name? Her name was Hadia something. She just passed away though. She was 39 years old.
She was like one of the first. She was a child when the world learned about it. I think she was 11. And she was on Oprah.
Yeah, she was on Oprah Winfrey. She did almost all the talk shows.
Yeah. And she was born with AIDS.
Yeah. She passed away.
She was adopted.
Yep, she passed away last week.
I remember that.
Yeah.
And she was 39.
Yeah, 39 years old. Her name was, I don't know her last name. Her first name was Hadia. But she passed away. So they said at one point she was trying to use alternative like health, like the alternative health. She was trying to use that to get better, and her health started failing.
Mm-hmm.
That's tough, man. That's tough. That's tough.
Yeah. But how long have we been on, Mike?
30.
Oh man, okay. All right. So
Broadbent. That's her last name.
Her last name was
Hadia Broadbent.
Hadia Broadbent. Yeah. I couldn't figure out her last name, or I would have had a picture or something.
Hadia. Yeah. I remember that. I remember watching that episode too.
Yeah. She was never able to have kids or anything?
Mm-mm. She never did, and it's crazy because she was in such positive spirits when she was a kid. Yeah.
I thought she was gonna be all right though. I really did.
I mean, me too. I hadn't heard about her or followed her, but she was a real huge activist.
Yeah.
In the AIDS community, HIV and AIDS community. So, and it was a long time ago. So she was diagnosed during a time period where AIDS was a death sentence.
Yeah.
It wasn't manageable during that time.
Right. And she was, but I don't understand how they didn't find like she couldn't manage her situation. Like, I don't know, it might be more to the story, but like the way Magic Johnson managed,
he
managed his situation.
Yeah.
She don't have Magic Johnson money.
Oh. Yeah. But a lot of people now are living with the undetectable, but she's had this all her life for 38 years. Her body has been in a constant battle with it. Yeah. And even at times, her body was battling this disease when it wasn't a cure or anything that could get you remotely good. Now, if this was an 11-year-old now, the prognosis to live would probably be different. Yeah.
But Magic Johnson, he in 1992, I remember 92, that's when he said, they found out but he didn't have full-blown AIDS though. I think he just had like HIV. The virus or something.
Uh-huh. But of course, because with everything, there's a cure. There's a cure. And I feel like there's a medical cure, just like there's a non-medical cure, holistic cure. Yeah. But people don't want to stick around for holistic because it takes too long to prove, and then people can easily fall onto the medicine. But we can't get the medicines for the cures because if we give the people the medicine, then they ain't gonna need no more pharmacists because now everybody's gonna be cured and there ain't gonna be no need for the medicine.
Yeah.
So they hold it near and dear to their heart so that only the people who can afford it can get it, like Magic Johnson.
Yeah.
And that's even if that's true. Like,
Right.
I would hate to have thought that in late in life it come out that that was a whole hoax.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
That'd be insane.
Yeah.
So
All right. All right. So yeah, make sure to like and subscribe to the channel. Go to urbanplatformfashion.com. Get yourself a hoodie. We have long sleeve t-shirts. We also have short sleeve t-shirts. We have the 11/11 socks. Oh, I got my socks on today
I
too, Mike.
saw 'em. I
Yeah.
saw 'em.
Yeah,
Mike,
Jay.
you are off what is it?
Instagram.
No, because
Oh.
you got on the wrong kind of socks. You got on some.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so I got on a pair of 11/11 socks.
Nice.
Yeah, the black ones. So go to the Instagram. You can go to Instagram and get the 11/11 socks. And check those out. You out of uniform though, Mike.
I am. My bad, Jack. No, I gotta get with it.
Yeah.
I need to be wearing them all the time.
Yep. And be sure to tune in tomorrow, Sunday. We also go live on Sunday. So tune in tomorrow at 11 a.m. And that's our live sports show. We got some good topics to talk about tomorrow. Tomorrow we're gonna be, and I'm gonna go ahead. We're gonna talk about tomorrow. We're gonna talk about Carmelo Anthony, and then we're gonna talk about the success of women's college basketball. Like, to me, women's college basketball is even more popular today than men's basketball.
Definitely
like,
men's college.
You know,
Definitely.
because I don't know none of the guys that playing college basketball. And I used to follow Duke, Maryland, North Carolina, all the ACC teams, but now we following LSU, South Carolina, Iowa, UConn. Yeah. You know what I mean? So I know
USC,
USC,
Colorado.
All the girls teams.
We following all those, the coaches and the young ladies from the and from those college teams. The women from the college teams, and the men. I don't know none of those guys. Mm-hmm. So yeah, so we're gonna talk about the success of women's college basketball. And maybe what the WNBA can do to match the success that the women have at the college level. But make sure to tune in tomorrow if y'all want to be a part of those discussions.
Sure will.
Yep.
I will.
And with that being said, we'll see y'all on the next episode. Peace out.
What are you shaking your head for?